I'm here in India for a week with elected officers to find out about Epona clothing and about fair trade and about the difference that our fair trade clothing makes to farmers and communities here in India.
So what I'm hoping to get out of this week is really to show really quite how much work goes into producing the cotton, so the various different stages of production, and also to show the difference that a little bit of money can have on farmers' lives and their families.
You hear fair trade thrown around a lot as a phrase, but it can be quite hard to understand what it actually means. And so going out and speaking to the farmers and their families, you can really see the benefit that it's having for them in terms of financial security and opportunities for their children and for their education and things like that. So it's really useful to be able to put sort of faces and people to the concept of fair trade and actually connect it better and understand what it means.
The way in which it works is that there is a guaranteed price that comes with buying a fair trade item, and that there is a premium that goes on top of that as well, which is used by the communities and decided by those people to improve their lives.
NUS is all about education, and I feel that we, with Epona, are able to have a positive impact on the education of the children in those villages, and the premium that they get from fair trade means that the children can get the uniform and bags and go to school.
Just being able to hear a 9-year-old tell us that was something that was now possible was phenomenal.
So funding also went into building steps into the bathing pond that the villagers use.
खड़िया खबरा है करी बहुत हाथ गोड़ भांगी जोला लोके गड़ी सड़ी करी पड़ी रही एनु उनके भल भाव रे पाँव चला देनो भल होई करे आमे अच्छो बहुत धन्यवाद.
And the important thing to remember about this is it's both the organic farming and the fair trade.
2-3 मास पूर्वरो कपा चाष करबार आगरो गात खोली करी से कंपोस्ट फिट करबा लागि करसु सेला नींबू पत्र सुखिला पत्र किछि सुखा गोबर खत ता ऊपर सड़ा हेबार लागि पानी दिया जायसी आ ताकि 90 दिन पर तार अवस्था आसी गले सेतरे आमे कपा चाष रे जतरा लगासु सेतले सर बाहर करी करी चाष रे लगासु सेटा
फेर टैटरू खत देकी कपा जगौछु कपा दुई मस्ती रे मझी मझी रे जुणगा लगौछु बिधी लगौछु राशि लगौछु सेतिरु आमे फसल पाई करी उपकृत होछु आमके बहुत लाभ मिलुछि.
The welcome to the farms and the villages was overwhelming. Everyone was so positive and so excited to see us. They gave us flowers, they danced for us, they sang, and they were really friendly, and I just felt really honoured.
We were taken to go and see the cotton plants, and I had never in any way conceptualised what that would look like. So it was really surprising to go and pick cotton, and this kind of cotton woolly type, almost like candy floss type material. You just don't realise what goes into making your clothes until you can physically see it.
We've seen the cotton being picked and we've seen the seeds being taken out of it and all being made into these big bales, and now we're going to travel down to Raipur to go and visit some factories to see the next stage of making the garments that Epona sell.
Today we visited the factories here in India to look at 2 potential factories that Epona may work with in the future, to see the machines in full force, to see the workers there cutting and ironing and sewing the garments.
As we were going around the factory learning about the different stages, we also saw the samples being made, so the lining being sewn into one of the Epona jackets.
And it was really exciting to be able to try on the clothing, to be able to feel the material, to be able to look into the detail of what the end product would be like.
And we were having conversation with them about the living wage in India, and everything from workers' rights to working conditions to the safety of people working there was all positively impacted by the work that we were doing and the way in which we were doing it.
So I think one of the most valuable things I've learned this week is how relevant sort of fair trade is to the student movement, because a lot of what sort of fair trade fights for and a lot of what we fight for is really similar. So things like equal wages between men and women, they sort of try not to have sexual harassment in the factories, things like better living conditions, and I think I will really take all of that back with me, that it's not actually so distant, the things that we're fighting for.
The key thing here is that there is a real story about fair trade, about education, the values of NUS, the difference that fair trade makes to the education of people, and that's why we've all got to get behind this and really make sure that we change the way that people think about the clothes they buy, so that fair trade is not one way but the only way.